You think UVE had awkward moments at work?
It,
Imagine sinking a three-pointer
oh, man.
and then staring down the guy who traded you away.
Yeah.
We're diving deep into the Luka Doncic saga today, folks.
That's right.
So if you haven't been following the NBA, this is what you need to know.
Okay.
Luka Doncic just had a monster game
He did.
against his former team,
The Dallas Mavericks.
the Dallas Mavericks. And it wasn't just the win.
Right.
It was this look, this icy glare he gave the Mavs GM Nico Harrison during the game.
I
It's
thought
all over the internet.
this shit went totally viral.
It's the kind of look that could freeze hell over.
It really captures the whole feel of this whole thing, doesn't it?
Exactly. And to understand why this is such a big deal, we need to rewind a bit. You see, the Mavs traded Doncic to the LA Lakers for Anthony Davis.
Huge trade.
A huge trade. And at the time, lots of people were saying the Mavs were giving up way too much.
Like a potential future superstar.
Exactly. Now Doncic is thriving in LA. And the pressure is on Harrison to justify that trade.
Every game, Doncic plays well.
Yeah.
The seat gets a little hotter.
And that stare, that was basically Doncic saying, see, I told you so, without saying a word.
Body language speaks volumes.
It does. You could practically hear the ice cracking when their eyes met.
The tension was palpable.
And our listeners, you guys are fired up about this too.
Yeah, they sent in some great stuff.
You send us some articles and comments, and the big question seems to be, is this the biggest mistake in Mavericks history?
It wouldn't be the first time a team made a trade they've lived to regret.
To really unpack this, though, we need to go beyond just the score and the highlights.
Absolutely.
One article you sent pointed out some interesting background.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, there was tension between Doncic and Harrison even before the trade.
There were rumors, right?
Right? Rumors that Harrison was frustrated with Doncic's conditioning.
So maybe that stare wasn't just about the game.
Maybe it was years of frustration boiling over.
It adds a whole other layer to it, doesn't it?
For sure. But of course, we have to consider the other side of the coin.
Right, Anthony Davis.
The Mavs got Anthony Davis in return.
Not a bad consolation prize.
Definitely not. Now, the sources you guys sent didn't have a ton of info on how Davis is performing for the Mavs specifically. But one thing we can look at is the fan reaction.
Always a good barometer.
And those "thank you, Nico" chants from the Lakers crowd. That tells a story.
It does. Every chant, it's like they're thanking him for letting Doncic go.
Imagine being Harrison right now.
Oh, man.
Every thank you is like a tiny little dagger.
I'd be sweating bullets.
I mean, we've all felt second-guessed at some point in our lives, right?
For sure.
But this takes it to a whole new level.
Millions of people basically saying, you messed up.
Exactly.
Okay.
But let's zoom out for a sec.
Okay.
This isn't just about the Mavs and the Lakers.
No.
This trade has implications for the whole Western Conference.
Power dynamics could shift.
Absolutely. Other teams are watching this, taking notes and probably rethinking their own strategies.
It throws everything up in the air.
But let's get to the really juicy question.
Lay it on me.
Is there any way the Mavs actually come out on top in this?
Well, the NBA is unpredictable, that's for sure.
That's true.
It's a chess game, not a straight race.
I like that.
Trading Doncic freed up a lot of salary cap space.
So that's like their budget for players.
Right.
Right.
More flexibility to sign other players.
So who could potentially be a great fit with Davis.
Precisely. Maybe they're building a team that's greater than the sum of its parts.
Instead of relying on one superstar.
Exactly. They're playing the long game.
So it's not just about individual talent, but how all the pieces work together.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Cheesy, but true.
Oh.
And we can't forget about future draft picks.
Oh, yeah. They might have some real gems coming up.
This trade could give them assets to acquire even more young talent.
Potentially.
So to our listeners who are on the edge of their seats, wondering if this is the end for the Mavericks.
The $1,000,000 question.
What's the takeaway? Is it doom and gloom or a new beginning?
Well, it's way too early to say for sure.
Okay.
Doncic's stare and that triple-double were amazing.
For sure.
But the NBA season is a marathon, not a sprint.
Lots of games left to play.
Exactly. And there are so many factors that could come into play.
Like what?
Coaching strategies, team chemistry, injuries.
Right. It's a complex equation.
And we're only seeing a small part of it right now.
So much we don't know yet.
Exactly.
So the Mavs made a big gamble.
They did.
And now we all get to watch how it unfolds.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
It will. This whole situation, it's a reminder that in pro sports, every decision has these huge ripple effects.
Butterfly effect.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be back here soon.
Maybe.
Doing a deep dive on the next big NBA Shocker.
I can't wait.
Me neither. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Catch you next time.